hello everyone, welcome back. All right, so we're gonna do like a big review of the chapter. It's chapter 8, right? We went from section 8.1 to 8.6. So, but like I said, since I already have the formula on the board before I erased it, I'm gonna go over section 8.6, which is determining the APR. So, like I said, a lot of you have been asking me about this big formula, how we're gonna do it. You can do this through Desmos Scientific. I was able to do it, and like I said, it's straightforward. Now, some of you, I have noticed that when you are solving problems that I've given you, 7 through 12, right? Some of you did it wrong, but let me explain it because you have to understand exactly what you're doing. Now, I'm going to give you here an example here. Kinta is buying a truck for 9,900. The terms is for 2 years, and the monthly payment is 439.89. Now, from what I remember, I gotta put a big dot for the decimal just to make it clear. Now, let's keep going. Now, when I look at the formula, there's no such thing for years, right? And when I look at the formula, there's no such thing for monthly payment. But it doesn't mean I have the amount financed, but I don't see anything for finance chart. I don't see anything for total number of payment. But it doesn't mean it cannot be done. It is still possible, but you have to get to it. So let's get to it. So again, this is section 8.6. Now we're gonna go back 8.5, 8.4, 8.3, 8.1, and so on, right? So, and then you have the problem for you to work on for the rest of the week. So again, we'll have BellWorks, for people that are want to earn extra. All right, let's get to the point. So this is A, right? This is my amount finance 9,900. That one is clear. Now my terms is 2 years, but they're talking about number of months. Now, if you think about it, how can I go from 2 years to number of months? How many months in a year? 12 months, right? So 2 years is 24 months. So I'm gonna put 24 months. Excuse my twos, right? 24 months, right? Same thing here. My monthly payment is 439.89. So I'm missing. So this is gonna be N, right? This is my N. Now I'm missing F, right? Finance charge. Now, if you think about it, finance charge is nothing but the extra money you're paying for the loan, right? Now, if I know my monthly payments, I can know my total payments minus my principal. Okay, so how many months do I have to pay this? 24 months. So 439.89, right, times 24, right? So let's see what's that gonna give me. Again, I'm gonna use my other phone as a calculator. I think I'm doing number 9. Okay. All right, so I'm using my other phone, but like I said, you can use Desmos. Since I already have the answer, I'm just gonna give me a minute here. All right, 439.89 times 24. So that's 10,050. All right. 10,557.36, right? All right, so now this is my total payments, right? But this is not, I still haven't figured out the finance chart, but we're gonna get to it. The finance chart would be this minus 9,900, right? Minus 9,900. Okay, so let me use the other. All right, so let's use the calculator. Again, minus 9,900. So this will be 657.36. 657.36. Now this is gonna be my finance charge, right? So I have I have everything I need now to use the formula. But at the beginning, I didn't have my number of months, right? I started with years, so I got to find my number of months. And then here I have my monthly payments, but I don't have the finance charge. The finance charge is how much I'm paying extra for the loan. So I figure out, I multiply by 24, so this is how much the loan will cost me minus how much they gave me. So 657.36 is my finance charge. So I can plug that into this now. So like I said, when you go to Desmos, there's a button for fraction, and that's what you need to do. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so I'm gonna use I guess I can use the red for everything for the variable. So 12 times, and then I do 95 times, and then plus 9, and then 12 times, and then something plus 1, and then 4 times plus f, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna fill it in the numbers, right? So I'm gonna use red. 12 times f is the finance charge, 657.36. 657.36. Oh, you get it. All right, 95 times n is 24, so I'm gonna put 24 here. And then 12 times n, and n is 24, so I'm gonna put 24 here. And this is 24, and this is 4 times a. A is amount finance, 9,900. So I'm gonna put 9,900 here, plus, and then how much is f? F is finance charge, 657.36, right? So here, okay, here we are. All right, so, okay. But like I said, hopefully this, hopefully you can see, or if you can't see it well, hopefully you're listening. All right, so the F here is the finance charge, 657.36, and the N here is 24, number of months, and the N here is 24, and the N here is 24 plus 1, and the A here is amount finance, 9,900, 4 times 9,900 plus. F is 657.36. All right, like I said, like for the 7 through 12, this is usually how the extra step you will need to take to solve the problems. But okay, like I said, you have now, like I said, this is going to be a review. There will be some review problems that I'm going to upload. So it's going to go from Tuesday to Friday, or you can do it all the way to Sunday. So I'm going to pause it, and then we're going to start with section 8. The previous section 8.5. So I'm going to erase everything here. All right. All right. Hello again. Like I said, so we're going back, right? We were in section 8.6. Now we are on section 8.5. So we are working on the final payment now. If you have a loan, right, any loan, you make payments for 5 months, 6 months, and then all of a sudden you decide you want to pay it off. This is the formula you would need to do to have. Like I said, a lot of you have done it in your, in your notes in class, but it's in the class, right? Unless some of you want your notes, send me a comment in the Google Classroom, and if whenever they give us a chance to go back, I'll grab it and then I can drop it to your address. I have everyone's address in the school system, right? Unless you guys move, but all right, so let's focus on this. The formula is last interest equal balance times rate in decimal times 1/12. Like we said, 1/12 is just for the month. It's just 1/12 is just for 1 month. So the final payment would be the balance plus the last interest. Because if I owe $5,000, the bank is just not gonna tell me, hey, just pay me $5,000. That's it. No, they're gonna say they're gonna do the interest on the 5,000, and then 5,000 plus that. That would be the final payment. So basically, so there's an example here. Williams has a $6,000 loan. The interest is 10%, and it's for 24 months. After 4 payment, the balance is $5,082.21. Now, what is the final payoff, right? So what is the final payoff? Now, first thing we do is we gotta follow the formula last interest, right? So what's the balance? You know, this is not the balance. This is the original principal, right? This is not the balance. This is the balance. So we go because we're trying to pay off the balance. So we start the balance. So that's 5,082.21 times now. Rate is 10%, but 10% in decimal is 0.10, and then times 1/12, right? I think I'm working on a problem that's here, right? What problem number? If not, that's fine. I can use the calculator. It don't really matter. I know I was working. Shoot. Okay, it really doesn't matter. Alright, just 1 second. I just gotta. Alright, 5,082.21 times 0.10 times 1 divided by 12. So that's 42.35. So this is 42.35. All right, now this is called interest, right? This is the last interest. So you can call it interest or last interest. Now, so the final payoff, final payment equal final payment. Now my balance is 5,082.21 plus 42.35. So, okay, let's do 5 plus 1 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 8 is 12, right? And then 1, and then 5. Alright, so the answer is going to be 5,124.56. Okay, so this is my final payment, right? This is my final payment. Now they can ask you, like, the question we've been doing in class would be, how much would you save, right? Now this is my final payment, so we can stop right here. But if I ask you how much would you save by paying it early on the fifth payment, right? Because after 4 payments, so your fifth payment, this is your fifth payment. Your final payment is your fifth payment. So if you want to know how much you paid in total, the first 4 payment, you paid this, right? Okay, let's say the monthly payment is $276.60. Okay, monthly payment. Monthly payment 276.60. Okay, so alright, so 276.60. Alright, so we know we made 4 payments, right? So 276.60 times 4. Okay, so let's see how much that's gonna give us. $1,106.40. Okay, around 1,106.40. Now this is the first 4 payment, right? This is, I would have put here, this is 4 payments, right? 4 payments. Okay, so if I want to know, this is my 4 payments, and this is my payoff, right? So I gotta add it to the payoff to find out my total. All right, so plus 5,124.56. All right, so this is 6. 5 plus 4 is 9, and then 6 plus 4 is 10. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 1 is 2. 5 plus 1 is 6. All right, so this is 6,230, right? This is, you know, all the payment was the payoff, right? All the payment was the payoff, and now I can put a line here. Now, if I want to know how much I would pay without any payoff, right? I call this traditional, right? We did this in class, so I call this traditional, right? Traditional means you just paying it off. So my monthly payment is 276.60 times 24. This means I'm just, you know, so 1 second. So let me do this quickly. 276.60 times 24, 6,000. 638.40, right? Okay, so this is good. All right, now this is how much I'm paying total if I'm not doing any payoff. So how much would I save? I'm gonna subtract it from this amount. So minus 6,230.96, right? So all right, so 10 minus 6 is 4, right? And then ooh. All right, okay. All right, so this becomes 3. 13 minus 9, so that's 4. And then 7. 3 minus 3 is 0. 6 minus 2 is 4. All right, so this is 407. This is how much you would save. So I'm gonna put save. But if they ask you just for the final payoff, this is all you have to do. Final payoff, this is all you have to do, right? Now if they ask you how much you would save, you have to do all of this, right? How much you would save, you have to do the first 4 payment, or 6 payment, or 7 payment, or 7 or 20 payments, right? Then add it to the payoff. Then you go traditional. Now 276 times 0.60 times 24 months for 2 years, or 60 months for 5 years, whatever they ask you, right? You multiply that, and then you subtract it from how much you would have paid off, like the total payments with the payoff, right? And you will get how much you would save. All right, I'm gonna pause this again, and then so this is 8.5. We're gonna go to 8.4. All right, hello everyone again. Welcome back. So today we're gonna be talking about 8.4, right? 8.4. So I'm gonna put here 8.4. Alright, so this is for allocation of monthly payments. So when you make a monthly payment, let's say you pay $600, right? Some of it goes in interest to the bank, and the rest will affect your balance. So just because you make $600 monthly payment doesn't mean everything is gonna go to your balance. So that's why people take longer than, and that's how people pay a lot of money to the bank. So all right, so the simple way of explaining allocation of monthly payment is 2 things. A portion goes to the bank in forms of interest, and a portion goes to your balance, which is the rest of it, right? Now the way we do interest in this case is simple, right? Principal times rate times 1/12. Now John is borrowing $1,800 for 6 months at 8%. The monthly payment is 307.08. All right, so the monthly payment, that doesn't change, right? So let's say you have a car payment, right? You go buy a car for $8,000, and the dealership say, hey, your monthly payment is going to be $400 a month, right? That $400 is not going to change. Now you can pay it up early if you want, but if all you do is just follow what they say, that $400 is not going to change for whatever the duration of the loan. If it's 3 years, if it's 5 years, if it's 7 years, it's not going to change. So that's not going to change. So the monthly payment here stays the same, 307.08. 307.08. So alright, so 307.08. 307.08. 307.08. As you can see, right? Now, of course, if this type of problem were ever given, it will not be like something like 5 years. It's not going to be like 10 years, because you have a long list. It's only 6 months, right? First month, second month, third month, 4 months, 5th month, 6th month. In this example, I'm just going to go through just the first 3, and then you can go down the rest, just to save time, just to upload everything, So All right, so the amount for interest, this is how you find the interest. Again, the interest goes to the bank. Now the interest is not always going to be 1800. The interest is just going to be the balance, right? You have on the far right, whatever balance, that's what you're going to take the interest. And then you subtract from the monthly payment. That will be the amount for principal, and then you subtract from your balance, because you want to go all the way down to zero, right? So, all right, so let's get started. So amount for my interest is 1800. 1800 times rate. My rate is 8%. 8% in decimal is 0.08, and then times 1/12, right? I mean, I can put everything in one just to make it look good. I can probably because this doesn't change much, right? I don't need too much space on that. So here, let's do this one. So 1800 times 0.08 times 1/12, right? So let me use my calculator. All right, when I use my calculator, it's going to be $12. Now, $12, that means the $12 goes to the bank, right? So even though I'm making this payment, I'm not just making this payment, I got to take away the $12. So it's going to be 307.08 minus 12. Okay, so it's going to be, the amount for the principal is going to be 295.08. 295.08. Okay, so all right, so what does this mean, right? So this means that this 295 will affect my balance. Even though I'm paying this 307, this 295 is the one that's going to affect my balance. Now 8% rate is very low. Now my interest rate is 20%, so I'm owing $3,000. I pay like $75 interest. So that means out of whatever I pay monthly, 75 is taken. The bank takes that. It's not going to affect my balance, right? So giving a lot of money to the bank, so $12 is nothing. This is what's going to affect my balance. Now my balance is 1800, so it's going to be 1800 minus 295.08, and that's going to give me 1504.92. 1504.92. All right, now this is very important, right? So it's very important now. I'm on the second month now, right? Am I going to use 1800 to find the interest? No, because my balance has changed, right? What is my balance now? Let's use black again. So this is my balance now, right? Right, so I'm going to use this 1504.92 times 0.08 times 1/12, right? So the answer tells me it's $10.03. All right, so it's $10.03. So that means out of this monthly payment, I got to take out $10.03. So 307.08 minus $10.03. So what is that going to give me is 297.05. 297.05. All right, so it's going to give me 297.05. So now that means this is the amount that's going to affect the my balance, right? Now my balance is this, right? It's not 1800 anymore. My balance is now 1504. 0.92 minus 297.05, right? All right, the answer is gonna be 1207.82. 1207.82. All right, so I'm gonna ask a question. So if you know, answer it. What's my new balance now? Okay, my new balance is 1207.82. 1,207.82. What do I do next? Like, you can finish the rest on a piece of paper by yourself. I'm gonna do the last one here. Again, you gotta go all the way to the 6th month, right? All right, so let's go back to blue. I gotta find the interest, right, for the bank, right? But I gotta use my balance. My balance is 1207.82 times 0.08 times 1/12. So what's my new interest? Would be 805. 8. All right, $8.05, right? So as you can see, right, my interest amount goes lower, right? Because it goes by the balance. So the less the balance, the less interest you pay. So that's why when you're paying interest, you want to knock it out as quickly as possible. So you pay less to the bank. Now, people that take their time, now if somebody was like, so you can, because your monthly payment is 300, right? You can say, hey, I'm going to pay 600. You're going to knock down your balance. So you're gonna knock down your interest for the bank. All right, so now this, what do I do next with this? Again, my monthly payment doesn't change. I gotta take this away for the bank. So 307.08 minus $8.05, right? So that's gonna give me 2.99 $2.99, right? All right, now what do I do next? Now this is my balance, right? This is my balance that's going to I'm sorry. No. Okay, this is actually the amount that's going to affect my principal, right? So again, I take my balance, right? My balance is the previous amount, 1207.82 minus 299.03. All right, so that's gonna give me, all right, 908.85. All right, so let me just 908.85. All right, so so the main thing to learn about allocation of monthly payments is, the main thing to learn is find the interest of the balance, right? Subtract it from the monthly payment, and then subtract that from the balance, right? So I'm gonna write that here. So the main thing to know is find interest of previous balance. Find the interest of previous balance, right? So interest is, right, let's say balance times rate times 1/12, right? And then you do monthly payment, minus the interest, right? Right, now the monthly payment minus the interest, let's call this amount, right? Now this is the amount that's going to affect your balance, right? So you go back to balance minus amount you found here, so you have a new balance now. New balance. And I hope you're not confused. When you do it on the table, it's simple, right? What do I have to do? Find the interest on the balance, right? Find the interest on the balance, right? And then, right, the interest, we know how to solve it. And then monthly payment minus the amount, monthly payment minus the interest, right? And then we take the previous balance minus the amount that we found, right? So previous balance minus the amount that we found, and then we have a new balance. So for me, it's very clear. It's clear, right? So if I have a table, it's easy. If I don't have a table to do it, all I have to remember, it's simple. Find the interest of my balance. Interest equal balance times rate times 1/12, right? And then I know my monthly payment because the interest, the bank has to take interest on the actual balance that is still in my name, right? After I already know that, I go through my monthly payment and then they subtract that amount. And then that amount that I have is that amount that will affect my balance. So I go back to my balance minus that amount. Now I have a new balance. And then the cycle goes on every month until the end of the loan, or or until if you can't pay it, you will have fees and everything, all those things included. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna go is 8.3. All right, we're almost there, right? We're almost there. So right now we're on 8.3, and then we go to 8.2, which is very easy. I don't even think I should cover 8.2, right? But we'll go over it. And then we go to 8.1, which is fairly easy. We have seen those problems so many times. So we're going to focus on monthly payments. Now, monthly payment, this is the formula, right? Principal times monthly rate, and then 1 plus monthly rate to the power of n, which is number of month, and then 1 plus monthly rate to the power of n minus 1. Now, when we did that in class, I know this portion and this portion are the same, so I just pull that out and I just do that. Or you can use Desmos, right? Desmos Scientific. You can do all of this in Desmos Scientific. So, like I said, all you have to do is just use the fraction and put everything in order, right? So we use this in class multiple times for those of you that were participating in class. So, all right. So with that being said, here we have a fairly good example. Benjamin is borrowing $12.50 for a boat. It takes 24 months. So this is my principal, and this is my n, and then now I don't have my monthly rate, so I gotta figure that out. So my monthly rate equal 10%, which is 0.10 over 12, and I think that would be 0.008. I think I did that earlier. All right, so now I have everything to use the formula, right? So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is the principal, which is $12.50 times monthly rate, which is 0.08, and then 1 plus 0.008.